Hi, I'm Blake Morgan, and I'm an American music maker.
Hi, I'm Karoline Kramer Gould, 14-year veteran of the radio industry and a music lover. I have always been astounded that musicians don't get paid royalties when their music is played on radio. I knew that songwriters did, but I didn't realize that royalties were not paid to these artists until Blake made it clear to me.
So we wrote a letter together to Chairman Goodlatte, urging him to support the Fair Play, Fair Pay Act, and also to reject the idea that people in radio who love music and people who make music who love music are on opposite sides of this issue.
Honestly, I didn't understand that this would be as big as it is.
When we put the open letter out, it got a lot of attention immediately. It got more attention when Karoline did an interview for the Huffington Post. It really created a wave. You know, nobody's ever done anything like this before. This is a whistleblowing moment, the kind of moment I feel that we've seen in other gigantic industries that are behaving unfairly. What this trip in Washington, D.C. has been about, Karoline and I coming here together and having these meetings on Capitol Hill, is that we've demonstrated that music makers and music lovers can stand together. In this case, in a powerful way, because this particular music lover is someone who's been a 14-year professional in radio.
That was the whole point behind this, was to put a face behind the bill. And that's why Blake and I are such a force to be reckoned with together, because we are two strong-willed people who absolutely believe with every core of our being that artists should be paid for their work.
Music makers want to be paid fairly. Music lovers want music makers to be paid fairly because they want more music. What these meetings have been about is demonstrating in the simplest, purest, and sometimes really emotional way to members of Congress. These are our leaders, and we get to actually, in a democracy, show up in front of our leaders and say, this is who we are, this is what we're about. We just want to be paid fairly. That's what these meetings have been about. It's been a powerful demonstration, and it's built on her courage in coming out in the first place to do what's right. People ask me all the time, what can they do? The bottom line is what we have to do is we have to win the argument.
The good news is that artists that I know, artists that I've made connections with, and artists that I've never made connections with, have hope.
We have the facts on our side, we have the morality on our side, and we have the numbers on our side. There are more of us than there are of them.
And that's what it all comes down to. That musicians that I know and respect all of a sudden are so excited because there might be a chance that we're finally going to get this bill passed.
Music is one of the things America still makes that the world still wants. Our argument is that the people who make that music should be paid fairly for their work.